Hello everyone, so today James and I wanted to talk to you about forgiveness. It might sound like a little strange one for us to be talking to you about today, but we're talking about forgiveness of others that we might have felt have wronged us, and also forgiveness of ourselves. The reason we want to talk about this is because many people might understand the negative implications emotionally and mentally to holding on to that bitterness and anger. But actually, physiologically, the physical impact of that on your body is really, really damaging. Studies have actually said that it lowers your immune system, increases your risk of heart attack, and of course increases the chances of you having depression and anxiety.
So think about this, a really simple example. You're on your way to work, someone cuts you up in their car, heated words are exchanged through the window. It's that classic road rage scenario. The whole thing could be over in a few seconds, yet often we'll let that resonate on through our day. You'll get to work still shaking, you'll be telling your colleagues about it, and think of the effect that's having on your body. You've peaked your cortisol, your adrenaline, you're reliving that moment over and over. The other person's probably gone on about their way peacefully, yet you're still holding on to it. And that's a really simple example from like a flashpoint rather than a long-standing thing.
Absolutely. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves. And actually, I don't know whether anyone has heard of this kind of statement where people say not forgiving someone is like slowly poisoning yourself and secretly hoping the other person dies. So it literally is this anger, this resentment, this bitterness that you're holding on to. We're not saying, there's a real difference between letting someone off the hook and saying that it was okay. We're not saying that what they necessarily did was okay. What we're saying is, if you're holding on to that negative emotion, that bitterness, you are only damaging yourself. There's another misconception that actually it shows a weakness. It shows the complete opposite, guys. It really, really does. In fact, Gandhi once said that the weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. It really takes a lot of courage to understand what we cannot change. To look at the past and say, you know what, I cannot do anything about that now. What I can do is control my reaction to it where I am, here and now, and I'm choosing to give this gift to myself. So we're going to work through just a few little tips about how we can go about forgiving things from the past.
First is acknowledge you may never get the answer that you're seeking. It's human nature to want to know the reason why something happened, why someone behaved a certain way, why this thing. Sometimes we just need to make peace with the fact that we may never know.
Absolutely, and try and see things from their standpoint. Now I know that might sound really difficult for you, but actually thinking about what might have happened to them in their past, are there certain things you know about them that have happened to them that might have made them behave in this way? It's not excusing their behaviour necessarily, but it's bringing some compassion to the situation.
Reflect on times when you may have behaved inappropriately and you have been forgiven and how good it felt to receive that forgiveness. Again, that will make you have more compassion.
Also, what has really helped me in the past and helped clients is to write a letter to that person. We're not sending it, we're writing it to get it out of ourselves, giving us that gift of release. Write it out on a piece of paper, and if you feel like you want to, I have actually set light to mine before, because actually the fire and the flames helps release the power it has over you.
It's an old cliche, but time does heal all wounds. So understand it's a process, and what is painful today may not be painful in 10, 20, 30 years' time.
Absolutely, and acknowledge the strength and courage it has given you. It might not have been nice, it probably wasn't nice, but it's given you a lot of strength and courage. And also acknowledge that that person might not have been right for you. The universe has other plans. As Steve Jobs says, we only understand life looking backwards. So as we leave you now, I just wanted to say also self-forgiveness. Sometimes it's easier to forgive others than forgive ourselves. You were doing the best you could with the knowledge you had at the time. It is time to let go of the past. Let go of those things that you have done and have been done to you so you can live a life full of potential and happiness and health. We hope that helps, guys, and we are sending you so much love.